he's a big star. So he needs a little bit of help. So on the count of 3, I'll need everyone to say, come on out, Azul. So 1, 2, 3.
Come on out.
Azul.
Oh.
Here is Azul. He is a blue and gold macaw. He's going to show you some of the things he can do.
Look, it's Lucy.
Why, hello, Azul. Would you like to wave hi to everyone? Oh, so polite. Do you want to show off how handsome you are? You are a very handsome macaw. You want to show off those beautiful feathers. Very nice. He's also athletic. He can hang upside down like an acrobat. And he is strong enough to pull himself right back up. Now, Azul, what makes a bird a bird? Wings, that's right. Now, sometimes we get an itch, a really bad itch. What do? That's right, we gotta scratch it. Now, I hear you're a tough guy, a real big bad bird. Is that true? Oh, that is pretty tough looking. But he can't fool me. I know he has a sensitive side. This is how he holds his paintbrush. He does have an art gallery in our main gift shop. He does put that paintbrush right to canvas and paint just like you or I would. Now, Azul is going to walk along this rope you see in front of you. Please do not reach out and touch. That beak is strong enough to break a broom handle in half. Fingers are no problem. All parrots have 2 features in common. The first one are those special feet. Those are called zygodactyl feet. And that's just a fancy word for 2 toes pointing forward and 2 toes pointing back. That's how parrots can use their feet, much like we use our hands. All parrots have a sharp hooked beak. That's how they crack open seeds and nuts. It acts as a 3rd foot for climbing, and it also helps them dig out a nest if they have to. Azul here is from the South American rainforest, and in all that green of the rainforest, he does stick out like a sore thumb with that bright color. But that does serve a purpose. He can find other macaws just like himself by looking for that color in the forest. You think, well, if they can see each other, can a predator see him too? They can. But when a predator sees that bird, he knows that it's toxic. Macaws do eat seeds and nuts that other animals can't, and this gives them a bitter flavor that predators don't enjoy. So that bright color is also a warning saying you can't eat me. Those beautiful lines on his face are individual to each bird, like our fingerprints. Sometimes we can tell who's on exhibit by just looking at those beautiful lines on their faces. So thank you, Azul, our beautiful blue and gold macaw.
Yay! Yay!
So our next guest is named Climber, and Climber is a Solomon Island prehensile-tailed skink, which is quite a mouthful. So some people just call them monkey-tailed skinks. If you look at that long tail, it makes up half of her body's length. She can use it to grip or grab as she's climbing around. You'll notice Mandy's wearing a glove. That's because Climber has very strong feet and legs and really sharp claws. These guys spend almost their entire lives in the tropical rainforest canopy, rarely going down to the ground. For that reason, they have to be excellent climbers. Now, Climber is an herbivore. While she's up there in the treetop, she will eat leaves, flowers, and even some kinds of fruit. Here at Lion Country, she really loves hibiscus blossoms. Do I have a volunteer who would like to feed Miss Climber? Would you like to? All right, you're just going to hold the flower just like this by the petal and put the other petals right towards her mouth. When she bites it, you can let go. She's got to get, there you go. She's got a second to get a bite. Good job. Thank you for helping us out with Miss Climber. She loves her flowers. Now, there are over 800 species of skink, which is a type of lizard in the world. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, and this is the largest species of skink in the world. Now, if Miss Climber were to have a baby, she would have a soft-shelled egg develop and hatch inside her body, and then she would give birth to a live baby lizard. That baby will look just like her and be almost half her body weight, which is a very big baby. Our next guest coming up is named Julio. He wants to show you how birds like to do some of the things we can do. So this is Julio. Can you nod your head yes? Can you shake it no? to be here, Julio? Oh, he's having a good time. Now he's going to walk on this rope. Please don't reach out and touch. He's going to give you guys a closer look. Now, cockatoos do have a crest of feathers on top of their heads. You can see that little crest on top of his head. That's how we know he's a cockatoo. Now, we have a few favorite games we like to play. Julio loves peekaboo with his trainer, Kim. That's one of their favorite games. We also love yo-yos. Unfortunately, Kim lost her yo-yo, but it turns out that Julio is an excellent yo-yo substitute. That's a good friend for helping her out like that, too. Now, Julio, what does a worm on a hook look like? Oh, imagine the fish you can catch with that bait. All right. Julio, have you been working out? Would you like to show off those muscles? Oh, very nice. What does a bobblehead on a car dashboard look like? Oh, they're hitting every pothole. Oh, my goodness. Can you do 2 circles to the left? You guys look dizzy. Better unwind. We also love the hokey pokey. Can you stick your right foot out? Can you stick your left foot out? So this was Julio.
Yay! Yay, Julio!
Oh, you're done.
Dolphins cockatoos are native to the Tenenbaum Islands, which are close to Indonesia. Our next guest coming out looks like a cuddly animal, but he is a big, strong animal. His name is Tito. He does have some friends over by the petting zoo. I think you guys are really going to enjoy him. So Tito, whenever you're ready, you can come on out.
Come on, Tito.
Here's Tito. He's a boar goat mix.
Tito.
Boar goats are one of the largest breeds of goats. They can get up to 300 pounds. They are used for meat, milk, and they can even pull a cart. Boar goats originated in Africa. Now goats and sheep look very similar. They're actually sheep with fur and goats with wool. Either can have horns or no horns. But Tito is going to show you how we know he is for sure a goat. We're going to take a look at that waggly little tail. That tail points straight up. All goat tails point up, all sheep tails point down. So that's how you can tell the difference between a goat and a sheep. If you go over to our petting zoo, you can check that out. Tito loves to jump and climb like all other goats, and he does have a wonderful sense of balance. Now Tito has a favorite game too. He loves the staring contest, and he doesn't blink. I think he's trying to take on 3 people at once. Tito, what would you like to tell the audience? Our next guest is a Florida native, and her name is Lucy. So this is a juvenile American alligator. American alligators are the largest reptile in North America. Females can get 8 to 9 feet long. They can weigh 600 to 800 pounds. Male alligators can get 10 to 12 feet long and sometimes weigh up to 1,000 pounds. These predators are well adapted to hunting in the water. They do have watertight nostrils and ears. They also have a third eyelid that's clear. So when she goes underwater, it's like having built-in goggles. That muscular tail and those webbed feet help propel her through the water at about 20 to 25 miles per hour when she is an adult. Since she's a juvenile, she has this beautiful striping pattern that helps her blend in with the edges of the swamp. As she gets bigger and goes towards the middle of the swamp to get bigger prey, she'll turn that greenish-black color that you see on adult alligators. Alligators have 70 to 80 sharp teeth in those jaws. And anytime one's broken off or lost, another one grows right back in its place. So that means Lucy here will never have to see the dentist. Now they use those teeth for tearing and not for chewing. They tend to swallow their food whole or tear off a piece that they can swallow. They really don't chew their food. Now before our next guest comes out, I'll tell you about a couple of other things here in the park. If you'd like to learn more about American alligators, there's an alligator talk at 3 o'clock. It's at the alligator moat across from the petting zoo. At 3:30, we'll have a giraffe presentation at the giraffe feeding platform. You can learn about all the giraffe we have here at the park and see a training demonstration. Our next guest coming out is named Siri. Siri is our African gray parrot. Whenever you're ready, Siri, you can fly on out.
Cameroon.
You want to say hello? Now, Siri, when someone comes over your house, they knock on the door. What does that sound like? I'm going out. Can you call me a cab? But birds don't need cabs to get around. They can fly really high, but you should probably never look down, or you might fall. And all the other animals here in the park, like the chimpanzees, when they laugh. What? When they laugh? Alright, well, we don't want them to laugh at you. So maybe we should do a pre-flight checklist first. Let's see. They're gonna fly. They probably need wings. Sometimes you might go the wrong way. You might have to back up and turn around. And most importantly, you're gonna need landing gear. That was Siri, our African gray parrot.
Yay, Siri.
Siri was the last guest of our Nature's Treasure show, but we will be bringing an animal back out for you to pet. If you want, just line up on the yellow line. Please touch her on the back with 2 fingers. We will provide hand sanitizer. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you and enjoy your day at Lion Country Safari.
You want to go to